I forgot how much of a banger that hold music was.
Right? Every time. I don't mean
Yeah.
to, but then every time by the time the 30 seconds is up, I'm like,
Skeleton. Oh, it's better than
hey,
that.
hey, we already have a viewer. One viewer. Look, we're killing it.
Don't dubstep this.
Oh. Hi, what's up to all our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? I'm JD, and with me is Noel.
Hi. Hey,
Hi.
live from our respective offices.
That's right. Yeah, this is an office.
This is an office.
No, yours looks like an. Oh, you. Look at that Optimus. Hold on. Grab that Optimus Prime.
No,
I want to see him.
no. It is so intricately poised.
Precariously.
Going to everything around it will fall apart if I bring it over.
Yeah.
It's the Lego one, and it's like you can transform it into a truck, but he's standing. But like his arms don't stay up very well, so it's never moving. That'll move when I move from this house.
Gotcha.
That's the next time that thing will move. Yes.
And that way, I'm sorry,
So,
that's the Lego one?
yeah.
Oh, it looks like a legit Optimus Prime from back here. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
be
like
honest.
the arm doesn't move very well. Like I can move the other Lego around it. Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
I got him for Christmas one year, like
Oh,
3 or 4 years ago. He's so
yeah.
cool.
Every
Yeah.
time I'm in Target, he's just there staring at me. And I always get a little, ooh, there he is.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
Optimus.
that's my mild Lego shelf.
That's awesome.
And then
Ugh. There's also, I saw Bumblebee. They did a Bumblebee.
I saw it too, but I don't know why it's $80.
Yeah.
It's just
Although
like this big.
I do love that classic Bumblebee, though.
Oh, you
Anyway,
mean
hi, everybody.
you don't like the Bayformers Bumblebee? It's so edgy, and by mean filled with so many edges.
Yeah, he's
Like
just full of edges.
a hug would murder you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who's in the chat. Let's see. Does anybody get in the
Oh,
chat and tell us? Do
I'll jump in there.
comments and say hi to us. Why are we here? Oh, we're here to talk about previews. So I thought it would be kind of a fun idea now that I have access to digital previews magazines. Jonathan Kelly, I saw you on the news talking about Chuck stuff. That's right. I was on NBC 10, where everybody, listen, they came in and interviewed me about all new Venom #2, which introduced a new character called Chuck Stuff, which was a purposefully silly version of like Gritty. And they interviewed me for a good half hour. Plenty of stuff was said in that half hour. And yet they made sure to include the fact that I didn't know who Andy Reid was. I'm like, come on, are you kidding?
Well,
I gave you gold, and then you throw me under the bus with this Andy Reid comment.
I forget that I have to whenever the opportunity arrives, I have to like uh, teach you, brief you on anything sports related, especially like local sports related. Like, hey, what's that mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's people care about this. It's okay.
Oh, say hi, Ava. Ava came in full Tank Girl cosplay today.
Hi.
I love it.
Isn't that awesome?
That's fantastic.
Like cosplay. This is what I usually look
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is
I was
just her
gonna
outfit.
say, have you met Ava?
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know, I don't know if it's a setting behind the curtain. It when you reply, it literally replies from every single account you have up. So
I noticed that. I don't know how to. How do I undo that?
it's a great question, but we're gonna spam the chat
Sorry,
unintentionally.
chat. I'm going to fix it. Okay, so I think it depends. Jonathan is commenting on YouTube. So maybe if I say hi,
I only have
John.
YouTube connected via Cult Pop, so I only respond by that. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I can use I can tell my comments where to go if they're on Twitch or YouTube or the other one, Facebook maybe.
Mm.
Anyway, hi Jonathan. You should come to the shop. When I get a camera in April, I'm going to come to your store and vlog getting some comics.
Give us a heads up.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Millville, New Jersey. I don't know where that is. Is that near Voorhees? Because that's where my mom used to live.
Jonathan, do you have a channel where you visit stores or blog and stuff, just share that info. I like that stuff. Every time I go to a new town, I will visit whatever comic shop they have and try and patron it. So I like that kind
Yes.
of stuff.
My body just automatically goes there in a
Yeah,
new
like
town. I'm just like, comic shop.
driving through another state, I will do well, this is only 2 minutes off of our route, and if we
Yep.
can,
Near Vineland, but I'm friends with 2 comic book authors.
drop names or it didn't matter.
Drop them names.
So why are we here today?
Oh, we are. I'm sorry, I didn't finish. We are here because I've got digital copies of the previews for Marvel Comics, Image Comics, and DC Comics. And I thought it might be fun to just sort of go through them digitally and talk about what's coming up.
For posterity, why does this matter?
Oh, because I own a comic book store. You can't tell from the background here.
More than that, why people should know about books that are coming out in 2 months and who they should let know and how it works.
That's
Baseline.
what I was saying. I own a comic book store, and if you read previews and you let us know in advance, even if it's some other comic shop that is not as good as mine, you could go there and let them know, hey, Godzilla versus Marvel is coming. Get me them, Johns. I want them because any pre-orders that you do with your local comic shop help your comic shop immensely. The only thing that is better than pre-ordering comics from your local comic shop is actually picking those comics up from your local comic shop. So if you pre-order them, make sure to go actually buy them. But that helps us know, your local comic shop, how many we should order and keep on the shelf. Because, I know Jonathan Kelly wants copies of this, so I'll make sure to get those for him plus some extra. So yeah, previews is a great way to keep up with what's coming up, and then let your people know in advance, I want all of these books. Please get them for me, and I will be by to pick them up. So
yes,
it's the best thing you can do, honestly.
Doing 10 minutes of catalog looking is much better than hours and hours and weeks of searching for something that you wanted that had a low print run and you didn't know it was popular. Blah 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 blah. Like,
yep.
We're gonna spend the next half hour to an hour just actually going through all the cool stuff that you can order today to make sure that it's waiting for you at your shop.
Oh, and yes, by the way, you can just comment in the chat and be like, "Hey, Jadles, get me that, please." Yeah. And then, but also, I don't know if I need to ask them questions like what's their email and what's their phone number. You know what? You can email me. I'm going to put that up. You can email me at my email, your information, and I will put books aside for you.
While you're putting that in, Jonathan jumped in. He's not a blogger yet, but hey, if you're in your heart, you are. Don't worry about it.
Yes, that's
his
right.
friends are Dash, Gay Comic Series, Northwest Press, and he came out with his album Electric Century. New Jersey Shore-based comic. Cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Dash sounds familiar. I think I may have seen that previously. Your friend Dash, this comic book, with Funky Buckets, with Diamond doing bankruptcy, going through bankruptcy. Are they distributed through Diamond, this Dash comic, Jonathan? Also, side note, I'm open. So if customers come in, I may disappear to go help customers. Speaking of which, hello. All right. Feel free to interrupt me. We're just live streaming some nonsense. All right. If you want to throw up the previews, Noel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Start with Marvel.
I can't.
Oh,
you do
I'll
it.
do it. I got it.
Most publishers have their own catalogs now. We say previews because it used to be one big book, but not anymore. But this is the Marvel.
Yes.
Hey, does anybody in your shop get these what ifs, or like the homage what ifs and the homage like Disney stuff? No.
Oh, I have one subscriber who asked for the variant covers.
So nobody's been reading the like what if Mickey was the Hulk
Surfer. Mickey. Yeah. What if Donald Duck was Wolverine or something?
Yeah. They're pretty funny, but specific. But I think the big news, I guess, is Godzilla versus, which is crazy weird because up until this year, Marvel didn't have the rights to their Godzilla books. Like back in the 70s, 60s, 60s, 70s, they actually had a Marvel Godzilla book, right? And they just reprinted
yes,
it.
they did. Yeah.
But forever, anything Godzilla related was IDW.
Still, a lot of it, yeah.
I was gonna say IDW is still printing Godzilla stuff, but for the 60th anniversary of Godzilla, it's back at Marvel, I guess, temporarily, where they reprinted all the old stuff and now they're doing a Godzilla versus series. It's 5 one-shots. The first one was solicited last month, which was who was he fighting? Godzilla
Fantastic
versus
Four.
Fantastic Four. That's right, Godzilla
Speaking
versus
of which,
Fantastic Four. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
the trailer
Godzilla
dropped
versus
today.
in the previews this month, Godzilla versus Hulk and Godzilla versus Spider-Man. Hulk by Jerry Duggan, with art by Giuseppe Camuncoli, which you
Ooh!
dig. Yeah,
I
you
love
dig
Giuseppe Camuncoli.
Godzilla versus Hulk, and then Godzilla versus Spider-Man, which is Joe Kelly.
And Nick Bradshaw.
I like Nick Bradshaw a lot.
So do I.
Yeah, so I am not a super fan of anthology series, but I am of Godzilla, and all of these creative teams so far are pretty spectacular.
I also noticed that just these two covers, we've got two different eras of Godzilla.
Yeah, there's like no rules. I
Yeah.
think the Fantastic Four one by Ryan North, and I forget the artist, is 1960s era. It's supposed to be like early, so it's like the old Showa era looking Godzilla. Versus this one looks like the Heisei, and then this one looks like Showa again, but still super cool. Yeah,
I hope they do a Shin Godzilla.
who would Shin Godzilla fight?
I don't know.
The next one,
the Great Lakes Avengers.
You know what? that would actually be kind of funny. Because they would only be doing paper. If anybody's seen Shin Godzilla, this will be funny. They would only be doing paperwork the whole time, right?
Yeah.
And figuring out which nations need to adjust their practices. But the Spider-Man one, is it going to take place during the Black Saga, the Black Costume Saga? Because he's got the symbiote on.
Fresh from the original Secret Wars, Peter Parker, aka Amazing Spider-Man, returns to Earth. So yeah, it's when he first gets the symbiote. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that is really cool.
With a spiffy new alien costume without a care in the world. Yeah, so yeah, round 3 is going to be him, Godzilla versus symbiote Spidey, which is kind of cool.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what they need to do?
Tell me.
When they collect it, Treasury Edition.
Of course.
It needs to be Treasury Edition. It needs to be huge and beautiful. These Treasury Editions are no joke, and they're spectacular. Everyone should enjoy them. This one came out today, the Marvel Age celebration of the Marvel Age. It's a reprint of Marvel Age 1000, Amazing Fantasy 1000. It's basically just like a ton of short stories by everyone that's good.
Yeah. Another anthology book.
That's right. I know. I hate them until I don't. Those are the rules.
Yep. I'm tempted to get myself one of those because I just love me some Jimmy Chung. Jimmy Chung.
Yeah, you're thinking Bernard Chang.
I am. Amazing Spider-Man. Thank God they're finally rebooting Spider-Man for a new number 1.
The magic number seems to be 70 or 75. Because every 70 to 75 issues, we get a new creative team and a relaunch.
Spooderman. Yeah, that's his name. Petey Spooderman.
Spooderman.
Although,
Spooderman.
I will tell you, Pepe Larraz on Spider-Man is next level.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't. I mean, it's a bummer that John Romita Jr. is going to be, because I like John Romita Jr., but Pepe Larraz and John Romita Jr. are not simpatico.
It depends on how they do it. So, like, Amazing Spider-Man is a bi-weekly book, so it comes out twice a month. Yeah. If they had enough of a time, Pepe Larraz does 3 to 4 issues in a row, and then they switch to the next artist and give the time back and forth.
Yeah,
not bad. But if it's going to be like every other issue or arcs that switch artists,
Yeah.
it's going to be difficult. Like I hope Pepe Larraz has been working on this for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does the first 12 issues. Given
Yeah.
my druthers, I would prefer, I think if I was going to pair people, Pepe Larraz and Valerio Schiti.
I mean, yeah, or Pepe Larraz and RB Silva. We'll
Ooh,
just recreate Hoxbox. Yeah.
yeah. Where's RB Silva been?
He's doing something right now, like big right now. He did Captain America for a little while, and then no, Valerio Schiti. I was gonna say RB Silva is doing Avengers right now, but that's Valerio Schiti.
That's Valerio Schiti. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
man.
Where's RB Silva?
I love RB Silva. I haven't seen him in a bit. But anyway, so yeah,
Here,
Alive and
talk about.
Flipping. Amazing
I will look it
Spider-Man
up.
#1's coming. Let's see. Can I zoom in on that?
No.
No. I'll
do it though. There we go.
The next era of Spider-Man has arrived. Peter is shockingly without a job and looking for gainful employment, but his job search is interrupted by a rampaging Rhino, who is but the tip of a sinister iceberg. What major spider villain is working behind the scenes, weaponizing other spider villains, including one we haven't seen in over 7 years?
So,
also, what
Nick
is
Spencer?
that goblin-free Norman Osborn up to anyway?
To answer the RB Silva question,
yes,
he's doing One World Under Doom with Ryan North.
Great, I'm in.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
That's all I need.
They included some amazing Pepe Larraz art that I'm assuming is in the first issue.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, this stuff is wonderful. He's top notch, man.
Yeah, man, he's killing it.
Some variant covers by Ryan Stegman. Every time there's a relaunch, twice a month. So yeah, Pepe Larraz is doing the second issue.
That's tough because I want both of those covers, but that Paulo Rivera is gorgeous.
That is really cool.
God damn, I miss Paulo Rivera. I haven't seen him in a minute.
With stuff like this, I mean, I'm so close to like dropping off of Amazing Spider-Man for a little while, but it's just too. This is too fun of a. This is too fun of a start. I might try
hopefully the Pepe Larraz will overshadow your distaste for Joe Kelly.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the Justina Ireland issues a hell of a lot more than the Joe Kelly ones.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely sample the first issue. I'm excited about this stuff.
Yeah, I am.
Like every new launch gets like a new set of eyes. That's totally fun.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. I'm excited about this shit. Daredevil,
at first glance,
Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah, at first glance, I thought it was going to be Spider-Man Reign, but for Daredevil, which I guess it kind of is. But I thought that this was Kare Andrews, but it's Steve McNiven.
Yeah, it's Hell Gone Cold. After a horrific series of events, the world is in shambles. Matt Murdock is old and his powers have faded to nothing.
Oh.
Matt will not, however, sit by and watch his fellow New Yorkers suffer. So instead of swinging around the city from his Billy Club line, he slings soup at a food center for the poor. But when a mysterious, wrinkly old man interrupts a secret convoy, causing an explosion, a deadly gas fills Hell's Kitchen, and this takes a turn that will change the man without fear. Daredevil the End? Old Man Daredevil?
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. This looks so fun.
Daredevil Reign. Yeah.
And it's only 3 issues.
Ooh, I like that. Also, it's Charles Soule, who has quickly jumped to the top of my Star Wars favorite writers.
I mean, I've liked his stuff outside of Star Wars too, but yeah, he's great. And I have not gotten to his Daredevil run yet. Did you read it?
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the one with the guy with like 11 fingers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was before I knew who Charles Soule was. I might go back and try it again. But I read that first issue and I was like, I hate this. I hate this so much. Is that a sword or a cane? I bet that's his Billy Club, which is just a cane.
I think we have some preview art. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's McNiven almost doing a bit of a Carrie Andrews style.
It is, right?
It's not as like it's the colors don't feel like he usually has that almost like shiny sheen to his color work,
Yeah.
and this doesn't have that.
Um,
Really fun stuff. Oh, anything else about this book other than
uh,
let's all read it?
no, I had something to say, but I can't remember. Oh, it was just, it's been neat to watch McNiven practice other people's art styles. Like he went, I follow him on Instagram or wherever, and he went through this whole thing of doing, was it Mobius? It was doing like
Probably
Mobius type stuff.
like really
Just,
intricate, small,
Mhm.
detailed stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, when
Um,
you reach that echelon and you get paid so much to just do covers, you can play around.
oh, I'm sorry. It was Barry Windsor Smith who did
Oh,
the
listen.
original Wolverine Weapon X series. Barry Windsor Smith. He was doing like specific Barry Windsor Smith drawings. It was pretty neat. Which
His stuff
isn't
is
too
great.
far. Which isn't too far from his natural style. So
Mm-mm.
yeah.
He did the if I remember correctly, he did the DM variant cover for the first volume of uh, Wolverine Omnibus in
Probably.
like
Yeah.
basically after Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute though to see that.
Your favorite
Next.
character? Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time because the other time it didn't stick.
I
Uh,
guess.
so this is from Colin Bunn with art by Dalibor Talajic,
Yep.
who I'm not familiar with at all.
No, I've said the name before, but I can't remember why.
So I mean, I'm not even going to read the solicit for this. It's just Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. I guess this is the third
I noticed.
miniseries.
I noticed that I think that is Superior Spider-Man, maybe.
Yeah.
At
Wait,
least
who's
the
that? Who's
eyes.
that cover art? Dan Panosian? No, that
Covered
is
by David Parator.
yeah, that's David Parrott. I mean, it almost looks Simone Bianchi-ish.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I wouldn't read. I wouldn't read too much in plot wise. I don't know
Yeah.
if it takes place in anything because I think other versions of this. So Colin Bunn is the guy that did all of the what is it the zombie Deadpool books,
Oh, okay. I don't think I
um,
read those.
which was like Night of the Living Deadpool,
Oh,
which
sure,
ended up
sure.
being
Yeah.
like 12 issues of just ridiculous out of continuity
Hmm.
ness,
Yeah.
which this is just going to be that, I presume. Yeah.
I respect the amount of attention given to his Billy Club.
Oh, are we still talking about the Billy Club?
I'm sorry. No, I'm talking about Deadpool's Billy Club. He's packing, is what I'm saying.
Oh, anyway,
Nope,
did you want me to zoom in?
I'm good.
You good?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. There
Yeah,
it is.
you see the definition. This is the portion of the previews that is all tie-in books. So the event One World Under Doom. There's a couple of launches. This is going to be a huge event, probably for the entirety of 2025. Superior Avengers by Steve Fox and Luca Maresca.
This ain't your
Um,
daddy's Avengers.
no, and there came a day unlike any other when Doctor Doom ruled the world and needed an Avengers team of his own. Christoph Bernard, son of Victor Von Doom, has been tasked with building the newest iteration of Earth's mightiest heroes. So that's Doom's son.
Do we
And
know that Doom had a son?
that sounds mildly familiar.
I didn't know
I'm
Doom had a
very,
kid.
I am very behind on a lot of my Fantastic Four reading,
Doom
but
Jr.
I think he probably likes to go by that.
Yeah.
Junior?
Doomnir.
Baby Doomy, Lil Doomy,
Baby Doom's a lot.
Lil Doomy. But yeah, I mean, do you have anybody subbed for just
I
all
have
tie-ins?
I have a couple of people who have signed up for all of One World Under Doom, including all of the tie-ins and all the miniseries.
It's going to be a massive event. Like they've announced a lot of, and with some events, it's just like a handful of one shots or like 3-issue minis. These are like full 6-issue minis and
Yeah.
stuff. It'll be a big one.
Also covered by RB Silva.
Who's the main artist of
Yeah.
Underworld, Under Doom?
Um,
There's more.
There's more.
Yeah.
What's next? Avengers.
Avengers tie-in One World Under Doom. Speaking of Valerio Schiti, with written by Jed McKay, and then One World Under Doom issue 3 of 9. That's all year. These aren't like double shipping.
Yeah.
This shit's gonna take us to November probably.
Also, One World Under Doom number 3 has a cover by my friend Ben Harvey. I am so glad that he's getting so much work. He has been doing tons of covers for Marvel, and it is glorious.
Excellent cover work.
I'm so excited for him. That's great.
It looks like there's a new Masters of Evil.
Yeah.
Cool.
I couldn't tell you who the first Masters of Evil are. Like,
I just know that they're very morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
Because it's in their title. They're evil.
The Masters of Moral Ambiguity.
Ambiguity, yeah. Masters of, they're not going to say please or thank you. Yeah. More. Just more. You know what? This Red Hulk book, I think the first issue comes out soon. I don't care about the Red Hulk, and it's a tie-in book, so it's just like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
I like Benjamin Percy, and I love Jeff Shaw.
Oh, Jeff Shaw, nice. From
yeah,
God
that's
Country.
I would not have expected this creative team on, a fill-in tie-in book. Unless this is one of those classic, we're gonna launch a book during an event and it's gonna become an ongoing. But this is pretty cool. Cool creative team, so I would definitely give it a shot. And I Spy Machine Man, who is dope.
The only time I've ever really cared about Machine Man was when he was in Warren Ellis's what was that called? Oh shoot. It was a maxi series. It was funny.
Stuart Eminem. It's actually right down here.
Agents of Hate.
Well, that was their name.
God, that was a funny book. But yeah, the only time I really paid attention to Machine Man was then he would call all the humans like sacks of meat and stuff.
Next Wave.
Yeah, he just had active disdain for humans.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a great series.
Yeah. This book is what made me fall in love with Stuart Eminem, actually.
Yeah, man.
The finale, the whole last issue is, I think the joke is that it's like 5 or 6 splash pages back to back. Like you're just splash page, splash page, splash page. Like they really took the piss out of superhero comics and while doing a great superhero comic. It's awesome. Are you reading Fantastic Four? I know the answer to this question.
I am on volume 2 or 3 of Fantastic Four. I'm slowly catching up.
It's good.
It is.
I mean, I'm not caught up to the 30s. I think I've only read like the first 12 or 13. It's really good. Like, so good that I don't necessarily know if I want to wait till the larger collection comes out. Like, it feels like we should be reading this,
Where am I? I could tell you where I am. I am in volume 2. I'm on number 11.
It's a good book.
But yeah, for anybody out there who's not a Fantastic Four person, which is me, I don't care about the Fantastic Four ever. I really like this Ryan North series. This is really great. I was not expecting it to be quite as smart and charming and funny as it is. And every issue feels like it has 2 or 3 good ideas that would do most writers would do like a 6-issue story arc out of, and he's just like, nah, 1 issue, I'm good. Next. Yeah,
it's got
like this, but it's so
tone wise, it's not like Invincible.
I'm sorry,
but
I can't hear you.
I'm here.
There you are.
Tone wise, it's not like Invincible, but it has that same kind of edict of we're just banging through story. Like, I'm not going to waste time, which is fun to read.
I love that.
More One World Under Doom stuff. Doom Academy number 3 by Mackenzie Cadenhead, with art by Pasquale Ferry and Wow MP Limos. Thunderbolts Doom Strike. Kelly and Lansing. Great creative team, but I don't know. I mean, if you're a Thunderbolts fan. Doom's Division 2 of 5.
What is
Yoon
that one?
Ali. It's
Like
what's
I get
the
Doom Academy is Strange Academy, and then Thunderbolts is Thunderbolts. But what Doom's Division is, I'm not sure what team that's supposed to
almost
be. Or
the last couple of events have had this book, and I forgot what the last one was called, but it's basically all of the Asian superheroes,
okay,
like Arrow and
yeah,
yeah, Wave, Karma, Arrow, Sunfire. I
gotcha,
forget what it was called the last event,
yeah,
but I mean, they're very popular books. They just
okay.
don't have an ongoing. It's like for every event. Oh, this is something.
I'm gonna read this.
This is something not on the bingo card, right?
Now, I was concerned about Aliens versus Avengers, but then I realized that Aliens versus Avengers was out of continuity. Do you think that this is going to be in continuity?
I mean, the other ones haven't been. So, we previously had
Predator
Predator versus
versus Black
Wolverine
Panther. Yeah.
and Predator versus Black Panther, both by Benjamin Percy. And so is this. That's Predator versus Spider-Man by Ben Percy and Marcelo Ferreira. They weren't in continuity. Like it's kind of like the out of continuity that it's just he plays with an era and just does something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
the
cover.
I couldn't get past the first issue of
Hmm.
Wolverine versus because I genuinely disliked the art, and it was
Um.
like 10 artists.
Yeah, I
They
didn't.
did
I
this.
didn't bother with any of them.
They did the
But
whole thing where it was multiple time periods of time in Wolverine's life, and each one had a different artist, and like two of the periods were Greg Land, and I'm like,
ugh,
I just don't really care about this.
that's a
But I heard
great
the Black
idea,
Panther,
though.
yeah, I heard the Black Panther one was pretty good, and this just seems fun. So,
Jonathan Kelly's in the chat asking, was Predator a comic series before the movies? No,
no,
no, that was an original. And I believe, I don't know if it was intended to, but these days it is sort of looked at as a kind of almost a spoof of the action movies, the super macho action movies of the 80s. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's just in retrospect, but that's how that's people how sort of view Predator now.
no, it was not intentional. That's what aesthetic was in
Gotcha.
1986. Yeah.
Like the 5 minute, like you son of a bitch, the shot of them flexing
It's
their
one and
muscles.
a half seconds.
Yeah. It's like 90 minutes of just looking at their rippling muscles.
No, that it is it made the meme. It didn't track the meme.
Because there's also there's that scene where they're just shooting machine guns into the trees for a really long time, and it just these days it reads as a little silly.
It is very silly, but it wasn't silly then because it was
Right.
just macho Reaganism.
Yeah.
Like we're heroes with weapons. Like
no, let's not get it twisted. I still love the movie. It's fun.
This is a mature book.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
Holy cats.
That is a predator trying on a human face.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. Actually, this starts pretty good. I don't know Marcelo Ferrer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty good. His butt is weird.
Marvel Rivals #1. I can't imagine this not being popular.
Yeah, I'll probably have to order in a bunch of those. I kind of missed the
Yeah.
boat on what was the real big one?
All of the Fortnite Jones.
Fortnite. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it.
Paul Allor is actually a really good writer with art by Luca Claretti. Tokyo 2099, the time rift has disrupted the web of life and destiny, leaving the world's heroes to battle it out over the best way to fix it. One group led by Penny Parker wants to plug the web into cyberspace to repair it. The other group, led by Spider-Man, favors a more conservative approach of using chronivium.
Oh, yes.
To strengthen the web and allow it to repair itself. The time rift makes rivals out of all of us. Which team will overtake the other? Is that the plot of the game?
I don't think there's a plot to the game.
Okay.
I don't know. I've only played for a little bit.
Paul Allor is actually is a great writer. He did that run of G.I. Joe and a couple of other things at IDW. It's good stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, this might be fun. Speaking of fun, Web of Venomverse, Fresh Brains.
The Venomverse is upon us, finally.
You want a bigger?
I haven't read any of the Venomverse stuff. There's been a couple of Venomverses previously, and I haven't bothered.
I think this is a new jump. They're doing like this is a new start. So
Yeah.
they're leading towards a Venomverse versus Spider-Verse event towards the end, the middle or the end of this year.
Yeah.
But all of these writers are great. Matthew Groom, Erica Scholes, David Dashmalkian, Chris Eliopoulos. Might be cool.
Yeah, I'll check it out. We'll see.
Wolverine and Kitty Pryde. Chris Claremont's got to have his annual miniseries that takes place 30 years ago.
I love Kitty Pryde. I love Alan Davis, who does this main cover here. I haven't seen him do interiors in a while. I kind of wish he would do some interiors. But
the last thing I saw him do was the Fantastic Four Antithesis.
Oh, is that what it was? I was thinking
that.
of like, God, he did something. It was like Iron Man, Captain America, and
Prime.
Avengers Prime. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So when Kitty Pryde nearly lost her soul to Ulgun during their journey to Japan, Logan was there to keep the youngest X-Men on the path of good. But as a mysterious force threatens their lives while staying with Mariko Yoshida, it's going to take all their combined mutant ninja and fighting skills to protect those they love. An all-new adventure set in the aftermath of Chris Claremont's legendary Kitty Pryde and Wolverine limited series.
I never read that.
Me neither. So this is for the 40-plus gang that's still getting weekly issues.
Yep.
I love you. I love you guys.
We are those guys. Just not those specific guys.
Yeah, no, that's not my vibe, but I love you guys. Weapon X-Men. Joe Casey with art by Crisscross. This is number 3. I guess this book launches soon.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with it.
Nope.
Yeah, the newest X-Men on the block faces their first trial by fire. Baron Strucker and his new super army intend to conquer the world, with only Wolverine, Deadpool, Cable, Chamber, and Thunderbird.
Chamber.
Yeah, and they're all Weapon X characters. So
Chamber was a Weapon X character?
I'm almost positive. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I ever knew that. That's cool. I just thought I loved his design. It was so silly.
Yeah.
He's got a big scarf and then. Yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't he have a scarf that stopped the emitting fire?
Yeah.
From his face?
His face is just always on fire.
You're reading Uncanny X-Men issues. You want to talk about this one?
Well, I read the first 6 or 7 issues of Uncanny X-Men, and Gail Simone is writing the shit out of it, and David Marquez is drawing the shit out of it. This is my favorite of the X-Men books. I'm a little behind because I haven't finished Assault on Graymalkin yet, which was a little mini story. Because Graymalkin, for anyone who doesn't know, was the original location of the Xavier Mansion where all of the X-Men lived. But ever since they abandoned it for Krakoa, I think, Orcus, which is an evil organization, has taken over Xavier's mansion and turned it into a mutant prison, which is rude as hell. So, yeah.
Please don't. Please don't do
Don't.
that.
Yeah. To be fair, the X-Men took a Sentinel factory and converted that into their new headquarters. So also kind of rude, but yeah, but cool.
Yeah, David Marquez is back on art for issue 13.
So good.
Gavin Guidry did the 3 issues before this, I believe.
Oh.
Who's great. He's actually a great artist. So yeah, they've got artists on these main X books that can't do 12 issues a year.
Yeah.
So I'm at least enjoying how they're kind of filling the gaps.
Yeah.
They'll have like little like crossovers that'll have different artists, and or instead of you get one issue in the same arc by a different artist, and it just looks crazy.
But yeah, if you guys aren't reading Uncanny X-Men, get on
it. Speaking of X-Men, Stegman's back on art for issue 14 and 15. This is all after Graymalkin and then leading up to
X-Man Hunt.
Yeah, the next mini series crossover, or that's the first big event of the Out of the Ashes era.
Yeah, it's going through all the X books, I think. All the big
Yeah.
X books, yeah.
X-Men 14 and 15, both written by Jed McKay with art by Ryan Stegman. I believe they're technically jumping on points, but also the trades are available now. So
yeah.
Phoenix Final Battle. Stephanie Phillips with art by Alessandro Maricola. Have you continued reading this?
No, I read the first issue and I decided I didn't care enough about Jean Grey the Phoenix to continue it. However, I then started seeing covers by, I think it's Yasmin Putri.
Yeah.
The covers are all awesome, and it's got her going up against Gore the God Butcher and then Thanos. So when that trade paperback comes out, I'm probably going to try it out because that has tickled me.
They made her full-on cosmic,
Yeah.
which should have happened a long time ago, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Yasmin Putri is the main artist, or the artist for Dark Knights of Steel.
Yep, Dark Knights of Steel.
Yeah. Jean Grey has ascended to her most powerful form ever, but she's going to need every ounce of her strength to defeat Adani, who's connected to the Phoenix Force, and Jean's psyche makes this battle exceptionally dangerous. Cool shit.
Yeah.
Storm number 7, Maria Ayodele and Luke.
Yeah.
Yep, and Luciano Vecchio. I heard this book is really great too. Every time there's a big relaunch, I usually take a break for a little while, so I haven't really been reading any of the X books. But yeah, when these first trades start coming out, I'll probably start sampling them.
I'll tell you, most of the Storm covers have been baller.
Mateus Manhani.
I mean, just like all the variant covers and everything. Like there hasn't been a bad Storm cover recently. They're all good. And I like how this one specifically makes her hair looks like clouds. Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
XXX. NYX number 10, X Factor number 9. Same creative teams from Jump. Psylocke number 6. Was Psylocke a miniseries? I believe. So this might be the last issue.
I don't know. Does it tell you in the little thing there?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm not sure.
Maybe it'll keep going. Either way,
I don't
Alyssa
know.
Wong's great. This book didn't really hit for me, but you said it kept getting good. So
yeah, I'm enjoying Psylocke.
X Factor. I enjoyed the first 2 or 3 issues because I like Mark Russell, but it is not for everybody.
Yeah.
It is a vibes book that's all satire.
Next.
X-Force and Laura Kinney Wolverine, number 10, number 5. Again, with the Laura Kinney, I don't know if it's a mini or ongoing. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
X-Force is an ongoing, though. So celebrating 300 issues of X-Force with starting revelations. This is one of those fun, it's issue number 10, but really it's issue number arbitrarily whatever.
Yep.
Looks like it's an oversized issue at 48 pages. Forge has assembled X-Force to fix the world's problems, but at last the solution reveals itself. Who or what is the solution, and what does it mean for the world? New villains, friends, terrible decision will change them all forever. Plus a special anniversary tale featuring X-Force's Past by Fabian Nicieza. Yeah. So that's why it's double-sized. Also, the issue contains a key appearance by Classified.
Oh! I wonder who that is.
You're going to have to order it and pick it up.
That's true.
Yeah, not going to spoil it here.
Laura Kinney Wolverine. Oh, I'm sorry. Exceptional. Are you reading it? You're not reading Exceptional. I just had a customer in yesterday telling me about Exceptional and how good it is. Because I was telling them that I'm a big Kitty Pryde fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, you should be reading this if you like Kitty Pryde. So I might go back. I only read the first issue, which was just a setup issue, really.
I really like Carmen Carnero, but no, I haven't read any of these. I read the first 2 issues of Wolverine by Saladin Ahmed and Daniel Warren Johnson.
What the? Hold up. Shut your mouth.
With art by Martin Cocola and Daniel Warren Johnson. Oh, forget it.
I'm in.
Hold on. The 400th issue of Wolverine. So Daniel Warren Johnson does a special celebratory bonus story.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll still get it just because I'm a big Daniel Warren Johnson stan.
I read the first issue of this, and it seemed as though they were going down a line of adamantium kind of having maybe like properties that are supernatural in a way.
Oh,
And
I
I
see.
was like, we'll see what happens.
I like that. It's interesting that Batman's there in the background.
Yeah, I have to switch up my headphones.
Okay. So John Kelly says the last comic I read was The Rejected by Stan Konopka. You ever read that? It's dark. I don't know The Rejected. Or have you heard of Ocean World? Ocean World? I haven't heard of either of those. No. Are they good? You said you read them, but you didn't say if they were good. Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk #5 is coming up. That's a 5-issue miniseries by Frank Thierry and Michael St. Maria or Sta. Wait, Sta? Is that? I don't know what Sta means. Hello. And then Cable, Love and Chrome, 4 out of 5 is coming up. I read the first issue of this. It's basically there was a one shot that came out 2 months ago called Time Slide, and it deals with Cable and Bishop. And then this picks up exactly where that leaves off for Cable, Love and Chrome, which is a 5-issue mini. Magic. I've been reading Magic, the Ilyana Rasputin series. That's also been very good. I'm reading way more X-Men books than I thought I was going to be reading after the Krakoa era. I'm surprised by how much I'm reading X-Men. I'll be right back.
I'm back. What did I miss? Okay. Jonathan, he had left for a second. Can you hear me? At least anyway, I'll keep talking. Sabretooth, Cable, the Magic book. Oh, we tried the first issue of this Magic book and it was wonderful. I don't know if you had mentioned that already. By Ashley Allen, Jermaine Peralta. Thank you. So let's see. Let's keep going. Oh, we're finally out. Well, no, we're not really out of the X-Men issues.
Kid Juggernaut.
What the?
I've never heard of him.
Emily Kim and Minkyu Young, the unstoppable Justin Jin. The origin story of one of the hottest new characters in the Marvel Universe, Kid Juggernaut of Avengers Academy.
Oh. Okay.
Just before his mysterious death, Justin's father sent a package to the estranged son containing a fragment of the Crimson Gem, the Gem of Sidorak. How did it end up in his family's hands? What does Sidorak want with a sweet baker's boy from Vancouver? And can Doctor Strange help Justin sort out these magical shenanigans before he turns into the instrument of Sidorak's rage? Collecting Kid Juggernaut Marvel's Voices Infinity Comics 1-6 in print for
there it
that makes
is.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, where did this come from? The internet.
Yeah.
It came from the internet.
Rogue the Savage Land by Tim Seeley and Zulima Scotto Lavina. Okay.
Did you read the first issue of this?
I did.
I did too.
It was fine.
Yeah.
But also, I wasn't reading X-Men. All right. So for anyone wondering, Rogue the Savage Land is a miniseries that takes place, I want to say 40 years ago in real time. It was a series that had Magneto and Rogue, for some reason, are stranded in the Savage Land.
Well, it's in Uncanny X-Men if it's from the time.
Yeah.
And this miniseries takes place immediately after she's depowered and dropped off in the Savage Land, which I think I was reading in normal continuity was only like 5 or 6 issues.
Yeah.
But it's its own 5-issue miniseries that's like between other issues.
Yeah.
Back in 1980, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read the first issue and I mean, like, it was well put together.
Good.
But holy shit, unless you knew exactly what the hell was going on 35 years ago.
Yeah. This is
No.
a specific book for specific fans, I think.
Yeah, it was accessible all the way up to the point where it just genuinely was not. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I know what's going on. And all of a sudden 50 characters show up and I don't recognize a damn one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirits of Violence. Oh.
Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch have learned the existence of a new and dangerous spirit, an entity called the Spirit of Violence, but as an entity targets the Ghost Riders and those closest to them, will anyone be able to stand in its path? Will they survive? Yeah,
That's a
which is
cute
hilarious.
idea. Instead of a spirit of vengeance, there's also a spirit of violence. That's cute.
Yeah, Sabir Pirzada, who did the Spirits of Vengeance miniseries from
Huh.
last year. So this
Okay.
must be a continuation. Oh, we're getting into Ultimate after Riri Williams, Ironheart. I guess they're starting a new series.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Riri
Ironheart, Bad
Williams. Well, her
Chemistry.
show's coming out soon, right?
Sometime later this year, yeah. So John Jennings, who I don't know, with art
Nope.
by Jethro Morales, a nemesis returns, sending shockwaves through Riri's world. Cool. I still don't love that redesign, but
Nah,
she's got a great book.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I have not liked any Ironheart costume.
No, no. I mean, I like the first one, the very, very first one by David
Yeah,
Marquez and Brian Michael Bendis.
I do too. And then they gave her pink with a clear face mask and the weird thing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I never loved it. Ultimate Wolverine #4. Did you get a chance to read this first issue? Because I think we
I
didn't
did.
record that week.
I
What'd you
did.
think?
Oh, it was solid.
Yeah,
I didn't think I would care, and I was kind of expecting, for some reason, because of the face mask, I was kind of expecting there to be some sort of twist, and I was like, oh no, it's just Logan. Okay, cool, it's Logan, but
yeah,
he's the Winter Soldier. Got it.
yeah. And he kills people.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just really solid.
yeah.
Yeah. Ultimate Black Panther still going strong. Very good book.
You were
Uh,
just telling me about this last week. I think we had both read issue #1 for the podcast. What, a year ago? Or I guess 15 months ago, and thought it was fine. But then you were catching up recently, and you said it's really good.
yeah, I kept with it because I like Brian Hill, the writer, art by,
Yeah.
and I like Stefano Caselli. So I kept going, and it was about 5 or 6 issues in that I realized he was doing like a real slow burn,
Hmm.
and it just kept escalating to the point now where adamantium may be sentient. There's a anti-adamantium kind of organic thing. The gods are fighting each other, and Black Panther is just in the middle of it with his spies. It's awesome. It's just an awesome book. Yeah,
Um,
it's genuinely different.
I was kind of put off by the way his mask worked in the first issue, but here it looks great. It just looks like a Batman cowl.
He goes through a change.
Does he? Okay, because I don't like the first one is like this weird little. This is how much of his face you see.
It was over designed. It was basically set up almost like a Batman's cowl.
Batman's cowl from Batman Begins, where he's like, "Swear to me."
Oh, I was gonna say like Batman's cowl from BVS, where it's armor, and just the mouth.
Oh,
But
okay.
whatever.
It just felt like such a small little hole.
Um, Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, what's left to say?
What's there to say about Ultimate Spider-Man? Right.
You're gonna hate this issue because it's David Messina on art.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No,
I
they're
don't.
always
I
so
don't.
good. Story drives. Ultimate X-Men is the only one that I have not been reading currently.
Although, again, someone was just in the other day being like, "It's really good. You should catch up on Ultimate X-Men."
I read 6 issues of it, and
I
I
read
just
3.
didn't connect. I
No,
like after a while, I'm not going to just read reflexively.
I understand.
Yeah.
Um, now,
Ultimates is
Ultimates.
best book of the bunch. Just cooler and cooler.
I was just telling a customer today. I was like, "You're not," because he only gets Ultimate Spider-Man, and I was like, "If there's one other book you should be getting, it's the Ultimates because it is awesome."
I believe the volume 1 of the trade came out today, right? Or
Yeah,
tomorrow. Comes out tomorrow.
tomorrow, but yeah,
Yeah. Everyone should pick it up.
yeah.
Everyone.
If you're reading Ultimate Spider-Man and none of the other Ultimate books, read the Ultimates.
Can I say if you're not reading anything, just pick the book up?
Sure.
Like you don't have to be reading Ultimate anything. This is just a good book about it because it in the trade comes with Ultimate Universe #1. So it's
Yes.
got its own primer attached. Like read Ultimates no matter what.
Do it.
Let's see here. Let's plow through some of these because we have other previews to get through. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 10th anniversary special looks
Yeah.
delightful. Brandon Montclair and more with art by Natasha Bustos and more. 10th anniversary. Happy birthday, Lunella.
She hasn't had a
Great.
series in like years.
This seems as though it's going to be a one shot, but still,
Yeah.
that's great. A new Thing miniseries, issue 205,
Bullseye.
written by Tony Fleece with art by Leonard Kirk. Leonard Kirk is everywhere, but Tony Fleece is he's the co-writer of Local Man and the co-creator of Feral and Dog Day and
Yeah.
Stray. Yeah,
Stray, yeah. That's a great cover.
it's pretty good.
That's good.
Nick Bradshaw. Eddie Brock Carnage. I assume you're really excited about this because it's Charles Soule.
I'll read it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And then All New Venom number 5. I guess maybe we'll finally get a reveal as to who it is in issue 5.
I don't know. Revealed ? Exclamation point. That doesn't make me feel like they're actually going to reveal it, but we'll see.
So probably no.
That book has been that I've enjoyed the first 2 issues of All New Venom. That's off to a great start.
It is a really fun book. I'm excited for it. And then we've got
I kind of gave up on Venom, but I'm back in.
Concert of Champions number 1.
Okay.
Jason Liu with art by Rafael Loureiro. The first ever Concert of Champions, a festival bringing together the Marvel Universe's biggest and brightest musical stars, including Dazzler, Luna Snow, Lila Cheney.
Spider-Gwen on drums.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dope.
I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to, and I don't know why. Doctor Strange of Asgard. Maybe it's because I like the logo so much, but and I like his suit. But I'm actually kind of curious about that. It's part of the One World Under Doom, sort of.
Is it? Yeah, I guess so. Same with it's so this feels. I don't know why it's not included over in the other. I know the first issue has the One World Under Doom branding.
Yeah.
But the second issue doesn't. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, weird.
Usually when they do that for a miniseries, it'll be like for the first 2 issues or 3 issues. Yeah. But I mean, whatever works.
I wonder if it's just because maybe the first issue takes place on Earth or wherever Doom is, and then now he's actually in Asgard. So
I don't know. Branding wise, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Also, too, for all those people that are pulling like all One World Under Doom stuff is Doctor Strange.
I'll probably still get it for
him. Deadpool number 13. Cody Ziegler's run is still going. And Deadpool Wolverine number 4 by Ben Percy with art by Joshua Cassara. The first issue was fine.
Yeah.
Like the art is dope. I like Ben Percy, but it is so 90s coded that I just didn't care.
I mean, if you see Strife show up, you know it's 90s coded.
Yeah.
Look at that helmet.
Yeah, it's very pointy.
Yeah.
It's a very pointy helmet.
Speaking of which, I was delighted to see that there is a Spider-Man Kane action figure from the 90s where he's got like the thing on his face and the ripped up cape. I'm very excited to get that.
Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider number 12 by Stephanie Phillips with art by Von Randall. I think the main story here is that cover art by Mark Brooks is awesome.
That's Mark Brooks?
Yeah.
Wow, he's changing his style. He's like less digitally painting and
you should follow him on social.
I do.
He goes through like, I'm gonna do a style for a while and play with it. You know, like
he also
stuff
has
and
opinions.
Costume stuff.
He makes people mad.
Yeah.
With his good opinions.
Miles Morales Spider-Man, still going strong with Cody Ziegler.
Yep.
Art by Mark Rennie. Have you been reading this at all? No.
Nah.
I saw some. Actually, it's in the description. Anansi, the story weaving spider god, chooses Miles Morales as his champion in the contest between gods. So they're almost doing like a Spider Totem-esque storyline with for Miles, which is kind of cool. All the Spidey stuff, Spectacular Spider-Man number 14, which is still going.
Did you watch Friendly Neighborhood? I watched the first 2 episodes. I'll probably make it as my pop-ins for the podcast tomorrow night.
It's good. Oh, I don't know if we're doing that, but Right on.
Yeah.
Because we're doing 2 main reviews.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. But keep it. Yeah. Spider Boy. You still reading that?
No. His action
Uh,
figures out at Target now too.
Dan Slott with art by Paco Medina.
Yeah.
Dan
Good
Slott
team. It's
is
just I think it's for the younger set. It's just not for me. That's all.
he is no longer exclusive to Marvel,
Who?
but
Slot.
Dan Slott,
Yeah.
but he's staying on this book apparently.
Great.
Hmm. Werewolf by Night, Daredevil Unleash Hell, West Coast Avengers #6, which is pretty fun. I read the first 3 issues, and it's actually a really fun book. I'm gonna plow through some of these because
We're
we
running
may
out of
only get to
time. Let's
Marvel.
go.
Yeah. Power Man Timeless. We'll talk about the first issue tomorrow on Flesh Floppies. It is a weird book
Is it?
in a good way,
It's
but
a
weird.
future Luke Cage who also has the Power Fist.
More than that.
Oh. Okay.
It's last year's
One
Timeless
shot.
issue was this version of Luke Cage versus um, Moon Knight,
Yeah.
who was a reanimated Danny Rand.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And he's got the Sentry and the Void. He's got Hulk's blood in him. He's got the Iron Fist. He's straight up immortal and wild. It's pretty good.
He's Super Skrull.
Basically, he's Luke Cage Super Skrull. Insurgent Iron Man. They've changed the title of this for One World Under Doom.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so issue 6 on, it's Insurgent Iron Man.
It's funny because it still just says Iron Man #7.
Yeah, the title on the cover.
That's cute though.
Spencer Ackerman with art by Julius Ota. It was an all right book.
Yeah.
I'll probably try it again, collect it. I like Iron Man, but first issue didn't do much for me. Sam Wilson, Captain America #4. Also all right. TVA #5 of 5. This was a fun miniseries.
Yeah, you read the first one. Did you?
I haven't continued it, but the first issue was really, really good.
Yeah, you said.
Like really good. And Pere Perez is a wonderful artist.
Yes.
New Champions #4. Are you considering reading 1 or 2 more? No, not for you.
I dropped off. I tried the first one and it wasn't for me.
Hell Hunters #1 was awesome. Philip Kennedy Johnson and with art by Adam Goran. It's a parental advisory. It's not an all ages book. It's just World War II craziness. Helverine, more Ben Percy. Ben Percy just exists in Marvel's. If it's on fire or bloody, that's his book.
Yeah.
And Jed McKay on his continuation of Moon Knight. This is the 3rd Moon Knight series, but it's his long run anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Immortal Thor. Haven't been reading it. Still going with Al Ewing. Incredible Hulk. Haven't been reading it. Still going with Philip Kennedy Johnson and Nick Klein. Nick Klein and Danny Earls keep trading off art.
Okay. I like Nick Klein a lot.
Danny Earls is really good too. Like it's pretty win-win. But I just haven't been reading this book. Daredevil, same.
Oh, Daredevil armor. Look at that.
I have never read Daredevil in issues. Ever.
Yeah,
it's just always been collections afterwards. Yeah. We're gonna get into the IP stuff. Alien Paradiso #5. Blood Runs Through Paradise. I'm assuming it's a casino resort that gets aliened. Yeah.
Facsimile edition casino. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Facsimile editions. 1977 Star Wars #1 facsimile edition. Yeah. That's cute. Most of these usually come with foils too.
Yep.
Star Wars.
Ooh, that comes out tomorrow.
Of Vader. Yeah, Legacy of Vader #3. Charles Soule with art by Luke Ross. Star Wars Jedi Knights, the new Star Wars series by Mark Guggenheim. Madibek Musbekov.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that artist.
Musbekov. And finally, they finally are getting around to the Rise of Skywalker adaptation miniseries. What the shit?
Whenever it sells in book markets, they're just,
I guess it's because of the Kylo Ren, right? Because his miniseries takes place in between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
I don't know. I don't think continuity-wise they give a shit. I don't know, because I like the movie came out, so it's not like
Yeah.
the reading order matters.
Yeah.
It's so these are. I have not loved Marvel's adaptations because they're basically just like screenshots
Yeah.
with dialogue. So these are for like I almost feel like these are for book markets more than they are for comic shops. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like we're just plopping these out so we can collect them later.
Yeah.
Yeah. High Republic's still going.
Yeah.
Fear of
It's
the
coming
Jedi
to an end.
305. This is
It's coming
this.
to
I
an end.
believe this is the finale, right?
Yep.
This miniseries.
I think so.
Are you still reading it?
I actually just finished an audiobook by Adam Caesar called Influencer. It's a horror novel. And then I'm just now getting back into the High Republic novels. Yeah. I think Charles Soule is writing the last of the High Republic novels, so I think that's going to be the actual end of it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I read that too. The finale.
That's the end of the previews. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, the
It's
Marvel
just
Premiere
collected
Collection.
editions. Yeah.
Nice.
This Fantastic Four Solve Everything. The Premiere Collection, 14.99. Digest-ish size. It's a little bit bigger than a digest,
Yeah.
actually.
A little bigger.
Matte finish, great paper stock. From my understanding, this is like a Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman primer more
Yeah.
than it is the first chunk of his book because it skips issues,
Oh,
and he created this mapping. So it's like Fantastic Four 570 to 588, and then like a one shot or something.
you keep going. I'll
Yeah,
be back.
which I thought was really fun. Of all the people to to pick their own reading order, Jonathan Hickman's like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna throw some infographics in there too. So these are cool. This is Marvel's response to DC Compact Comics. Nearly 400 pages for $15 in a really, really good printing. It's good stuff. We've got some omnibuses this year or this month. And so in September, X-Men Blue and Gold Mutant Genesis Omnibus volume only. I guess this is just this whole collection, this era of X-Men where they had a blue and gold team. So the contents are annual, Uncanny X-Men annual, and then just some X-Factor stuff and X-Force stuff just all together in one volume for this era. Symbiote Spider-Man by Peter David, omnibus hardcover. Most of it by Greg Land with Rose Antonio. So almost every single event over the last couple of years has had a Symbiote Spider-Man miniseries, and then there were some Symbiote Spider-Man miniseries by Peter David and Greg Land. This is just collecting all of them together. So it's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 5-issue miniseries of just black suit era Spider-Man together in one omnibus.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I haven't read any of them. Mostly because
I've,
it was Greg Land.
almost all of it's Greg Land.
Ugh.
Yeah. Submariner, cool, I guess.
Yeah, if you like Submariner, sure. Big Omnibus, Volume 1.
Danny Ketch Ghost Rider Volume 2.
Danny Ketch was my Ghost Rider in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
It is now collected for you.
With what was his name? Mark Texiera, I think was his name. He was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Nom.
I'm excited about this.
Ooh.
Yeah, 1100 pages, 125. This collects the Nom 1986 1 through 45, issues 1 through 45.
I might actually grab this. I remember reading the Nom as a kid. Like I had my G.I. Joe and then I had my Nom.
This apparently what makes this book so cool is that it's told in real time. So each issue is about a month in real time.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so like
I didn't clock that
in
as
between.
a kid.
Yeah, somebody was telling me about it.
War books were never my jam, but for some reason the Nom, like I would just somehow I wound up with a stack of them and I just read them and I was like, oh, these are really good comics.
Written by Doug Murray with art by Michael Golden, Wayne Van Sant, John Severin. This is awesome. This looks cool, and the direct market variant is really funny looking.
Yeah, superheroes busting out of the out of the
out
map.
of Vietnam. Yeah, so weird.
Weird.
We have a Mighty Thor Volume 5, collecting all the old Jerry Conway, Walt Simonson stuff. Brave New World art book.
Gang War.
Amazing Spider-Man Gang War Omnibus that'll go right next to your Dark Web Omnibus if you want.
Nah, I don't think I need it. I don't need it, but I did. He's not kidding. I did get the dark web omnibus.
I think that was a really fun event. I liked it, and I didn't mind this. It wasn't the high point of the run, but it was fine. Masterworks. Does anybody get Masterworks?
I have
at your
one
shop?
subscriber for the Marvel Masterworks because they're $75 a pop. He gets I think Avengers and the Defenders, and now he's starting to get the West Coast Avengers ones. But I just
two
don't
of them are still
understand.
staying.
I don't understand the Marvel Masterworks when there's omnibuses and other stuff. Like, it just seems like too expensive for what you're getting. Maybe it's the leather covers.
The Masterworks, I believe, they're more expensive because they're basically restorations. So they restore all these, and then these will eventually go into omnibus printings. But this is like the first.
Oh,
well,
I
usually.
see. I was wondering.
First trade paperback of Storm comes out in June.
I'll check that out.
The end of JMS's Captain America run.
That's a
May.
good cover.
Yeah, jumping out of Broxton.
That's cool.
Avengers Assemble by Steve Orlando. Tried the first issue, didn't really hit for me, but I know a lot of people online like it.
Yeah.
Ultraman Avengers, which is a fun book. I've been reading it.
Oh, look at that! This is Galaxy of Nightmares. Look at that cover. Is that
this
Ryan
is all
North?
of.
Who is that? Oh, Gabriel Dell'Otto.
This is all of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Alien work
miniseries.
So it's basically like 18 issues, right? So like he did issues 1 through 12, and then the relaunch 1 through 6, and an annual. So it's basically like the complete collection Alien by Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's cool.
This is a cool book.
Yeah, I'll probably check that out.
The Battle of Jakku,
Mm-hmm.
all together, $34.99, 12 issues by Alex Segura, Leonard Kirk, Stefano Raphael, Jethro Morales, Luke Ross, Phil Netto, who are taking over the main book. Deadpool, Death of Deadpool, Spider-Gwen is still going strong. Here's the Spirits of Vengeance book I was talking about.
Yeah.
Issue or volume 2 of Ultimate X-Men, volume 1 of Wolverine, a lot of the Venom War stuff, Daredevil stuff. Oh, Epic Collections. Do you do Epic Collections in the shop often?
For sure.
They're finally getting through the modern stuff. So it's New Avengers Volume 3, and New X-Men Volume 2, which is
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
For those that don't want a giant omnibus to walk around or read on the train, these are awesome. They're also doing Annihilation, which I think is cool as hell.
Finally. That's been out of print for a bit.
Oh, it's being reprinted, but not till like the end of this year. Ultimates, Volume 1. That's the first 12 issues of Mark Millar and Brian Hitch's run. I feel like it's more important than it is entertaining.
Yeah.
Or like that it doesn't really hold up as well, but it's still like comic book important.
Yeah. It was the first time I ever really cared about the Avengers. Was this Mark Millar thing? Looking back, it's kind of edgelordy.
It's not kind of edgelordy. It's very edgelordy. But there's still something really well done about it.
Yeah.
Like first of its kind.
Of Brian Hitch's best work ever.
Yeah. First of its kind, not necessarily best example of. Do you know what I mean? Like it opened a door for better stuff. So it gets flowers.
Point.
Yeah. Old Thunderbolts, Invincible Iron Man. Did you ever read Thunderbolts? As a kid?
Yeah. I remember the first issue. I read it that week it came out, the first issue. And I was flabbergasted by the end. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea.
This is that run. This is the Busek and Casey stuff.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic Four Epic. But this I'm interested in. A new printing of Fantastic Four by Grant Morrison.
Oh, that I never read.
1, 2, 3. I never read it either.
Yeah.
And I would be interested in picking this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Spider-Man: Legend of Spider-Clan, Carrie Andrews and C.B. Cebulski.
Yeah.
That's
Back before
old.
Scotty Young had his chibi style.
This was originally 2002. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Marvel Mangaverse. Yeah.
Yep.
Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III. Oh, they're reprinting the color volumes,
Nice.
this time in just trade paperback form.
I really liked that Jeff Loeb Spider-Man yellow.
Blue.
Spider-Man blue. Sorry.
Daredevil's yellow.
Yeah. Sorry. The cover is very yellow because of Gwen Stacy's hair.
In college, I had this poster and the Mary Jane one, the red one.
Aw, that's
I
cute.
think they were so good. Giant Size X-Men. Oh, the Mighty Marvel Masterworks are still going strong.
Yep. They're like
Fantastic
little
Four,
digests.
X-Men. Yeah, little babies.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
And some
Marvel.
posters. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
we
mean,
have time to do
no.
any of the. I think we're
No,
out
we
of
just
time.
did Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, you know what? They're once a month, so we could always do DC next week.
Let's do it.
Let's do it next Tuesday at 2:00. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, if anyone wants any of these books, if they're interested, if they have any questions, I'm going to throw. Let's see. Where's my banner? JD's Hero Complex at gmail.com. You can email me. Also, tomorrow night, we're going to be live streaming at 8:00 on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. We're going to be talking about 2 movies, Mission Impossible 3 and The Companion?
Just Companion.
Just Companion. With,
Yeah, not the.
Sophie
just.
Thatcher.
And Jack Quaid.
I haven't seen it yet. Sushan and I have a date. We're going to go with Alice and Costa tonight to go see it at 7:50. I'm excited.
Yep.
I don't know anything about it. You told me not to see anything. So
Don't when you go into the theater, just in case there's a poster up, or even the digital sign on the wall that shows you the poster of the movie you're going in to see, just have them lead you in. Just close your eyes.
Give me my popcorn and then walk me to my seat.
Actually, skip the trailers altogether because they're going to show the trailer to Sinners. That gives the movie completely away.
I hate that.
You'll enjoy it. It's great.
And then Fresh Floppies, the show where we review the comics, but without spoilers. We're going to be dropping that on your iTunes feed very soon. So, all right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll talk at you later.
Do-do-do.
Stop. End stream. Stop pissing.